I now call upon Dr. C. Muthamar Shelvan, Director ENT, SRM University, to address the gathering.
Very good afternoon to all of you. Mr. Ashok Verghese, Director, Hindustan University. Mr. Raghavan from IET. Mr. John, YP Chat, Chennai Local Network. Mr. Vijay, the other volunteers, and my dear students. It's always a pleasure to be associated with such competitions. Now, this is a place where we could spot bright engineers, and that will be a motivation for some of their friends and colleagues back in their institution. When you talk about this higher education, there has been a discussion going on saying that in India, many institutions are only teaching institution and it's not a learning institution. Now, how do you create a learning institution? We need to change the system. Now, how do you change the system? We should change the mindset of the faculty first to cope up with the changing situations. The present day concept is learning outside the classroom. People talk about flipped classrooms. That means you are supposed to go through the lecture that will be delivered by a faculty on the next day. The regular classrooms, you have a series of benches or chairs. Now the flipped classrooms will have such type of arrangement, where more of discussion will be taking place about the thing that you have learned on the previous day, and the faculty is going to be a facilitator and no longer a teacher. Now, IET is one professional society which helps the students to learn outside the classrooms. I'll be very happy if IET could organize a competition for teachers also, because there should be a change from their side too. Students want a lot of flexibility. Flexibility in working hours, flexibility in choice of courses, flexibility in teachers, and what not. During our days, if you happen to stick on to a company, then there was a lot of regard for you. So loyal and what not. At the present day, the more you jump from one company to another company, people think that you have very good exposure, very good knowledge. Things have changed, so we need to accept. So it is not that when you jump from one company to another company every year, people should not think that you are not loyal to. As long as you are professionally loyal to the work that you have taken up, that's fine. Now, if you look at the mission of the IET, says working to engineer a better world. Now, under this forum, a lot of seminars and conferences have been planned and executed all around the year, and this has given opportunity for the budding engineers like you and also the professional engineers to showcase their ideas and solutions. So it's always better to get associated with one or other professional society and have first-hand information about what is happening, and also you can share your thoughts for solving some of the pressing problems. So now the shift is towards research. Earlier, for an undergraduate student, just complete all the courses. Earlier days, it's only marks. Now, present day, we have this grading system. So, get a decent CGPA and then go for higher studies or go for work. During my days, the conferences were only for the teachers and the researchers. But in present day, I find more number of undergraduate students participating in conferences and taking part in international events. So such is a change that has been brought into the system now. So I urge each and every one of you here to focus on the engineering research, which is the need of the hour. One of the pressing need is about the energy. For 6.5 billion people around the world to have this existing lifestyle, we need 13 terawatts of energy. And if we extrapolate and see what is the energy required in 2050, we require an additional 10 terawatts of energy to maintain the existing lifestyle. We do not know what is going to happen to our lifestyle after 5 years or 10 years. Or in short, I can say that the demand for energy every year increases by about 1.5 to 1.75%. That means we are going to hit a roadblock somewhere in 2050 where we will be deprived, or I would say that we may not have the required energy that we want to have our existing lifestyle. So this is one area where the engineers should come out with green energy solutions to overcome this difficulty in the mid-21st century. The other aspect, as an engineer, we should always think of sustainable solutions and not ad hoc solutions where you give some solutions, forget it, and then go to something else. What are the solutions that you arrive at should be sustainable? And you know, there have been a lot of research that has taken place in the last 2 decades, but at what cost? Okay, initially we should not mind about cost, but are those things sustainable? Now when you look at the plant's resources, we have been exploiting so much that we will not allow that to have a natural replenishment. So when you keep on exploiting natural resources, again we may run into serious problem. Breakthroughs have been made, but we never thought about our future. And therefore, to have a sustainable solution, it should be something like this. The household should be sustainable. The locality should be sustainable. The town that you live should be sustainable. The country that you live should be sustainable, and so on. Or in simple terms, as an individual, if everyone is sustainable and if the industry is sustainable, then we can have a sustainable solution for each and everything. So energy and sustainability are very important, and I feel that engineers like you can contribute to the innovative solution for the challenges which were in abundant. Of late, there is a lot of opportunity for youngsters like you to participate in competitions at an international level. Mr. Ashok Verghese was mentioning that the opportunities are plenty. It is not the question of winning the competition, but at least if you go there and see what's happening, what your friends are doing, friends from other institutions are coming out with different solutions, that will be an eye-opener for you, and that is the real experience, and it is much more than your classroom experience. Then one final thing is about, the often talked about is the employability of the present engineering graduates. Some report says only 10% employable, 15%, 20%. I am not here to say whether the report is right or wrong. But somehow or other, I personally feel that though the companies keep on demanding more and more and more, they want the institution to train all of you rather than they want you to be ready to work the moment you enter into the company. But we all forget that education institution can give an overall development or overall personal development of a student. In one of the forums where I was another speaker, somebody was mentioning that the syllabus is not up to date, curriculum is rotten, it is not industry ready, and so on. So fortunately I had a chance to speak after him, and that's what I said, right? You please specify the curriculum and please take all our students into your company. Because the needs of each and every company is different. So as an institution, we can give you a holistic education, not a particular education, saying that yes, you are fit for IT company, you are fit for this company, that company, and all. It is a question of your lifelong living and not an immediate source. And the point is, we also do agree that in the present day scenario, about 70 to 80% of students are getting placed only in software companies. And for sure, I know at least about 20 to 30% of them leave those companies after 1 or 2 years, go for higher studies. It's really a good trend to see the students having some experience and then take a risk, go for some higher studies, come back and do much better than what they have been there earlier. So these are some of the new things that are catching up with the youngsters. I'm extremely happy to say that a forum like IET will mold you to greater extent and reach greater heights. So I thank the organizers for giving me an opportunity and wish you all the best. Thank you very much.